Hey everyone, it's Ray, and I am excited to share today's episode with you regarding reviewing our environments, Nashville, Tennessee. So, I just wrapped up my third trip to Nashville, Tennessee, and this time, as I've stated before in my pilot introduction episode, I went for the John A. Merritt Classic game that was hosted between Tennessee State versus NCA&T. If you know anything about this event, previously I think during this classic game, Tennessee State has went against Jackson State a few times in this classic. But in regards to this event, you know it's more than just football. It's tradition, it's community, and it's culture. Now, every time I visit the city of Nashville, I always walk away with a new appreciation for the city, especially as a place where I kind of consider Black professionals to really be able to thrive in. So, regards to the actual classic, uh, I can see it just being one of those events that bring people together, from alumni to students to family and local businesses. There was music, tailgating, food, and just a lot of it was just a lot of pride in the air. Shout out to TSU for real. It is one moment where you feel the heartbeat of the Black community in Nashville. And so it provided me with the perfect lens to look at the city and how much it is changing. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Music City Aggies of NCA&T Nashville Alumni Chapter for hosting the rooftop party at Oasis, and that was located on Broadway Street. The game was exciting. Unfortunately, Tennessee State came away with the victory, and the score was 24-21. But I did get a chance to attend some events as well as an after party for the game, and saw a little bit of Tiger pride from Tennessee State. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Tennessee State, and y'all was gangster walking all around the club. Shout out to you all, but Tennessee State know how to party. I'm quite impressed. Now, I want to touch on Nashville and the growth of Nashville because I've been hearing about this a lot. And there has been, well, this has been my third time visiting Nashville, of course, as I stated. And it has some great sightseeing and activities to participate in, such as visiting the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum and, of course, Broadway Street. Talk about lit. But I have done my research on the city of Nashville, and I discovered that this is a city that is growing. I believe this city is growing faster than the construction is keeping up with. So while visiting the city during Labor Day weekend, I was informed by the I was informed by an Uber driver that the airport was actually expanding. I personally was not aware that the airport was big initially, because usually I travel to Nashville by car. Also, the city is building a new football stadium for the Tennessee Titans professional football team. Not sure what they're going to do with the old space from the older stadium, but we will see for that. I do know Mercedes Benz Stadium. Well, when they knocked down the Georgia Dome, some of the space became considered the Home Depot backyard where they host different events such as movie nights, yoga, self-defense classes, just to name a few. So I researched to get some more statistics in regards to Nashville, and they said the city population is about a little over 680,000, while the metro area has grown to about 1 million, marking a 1.3% annual increase. Between 2020 and 2024, the metro area has gained around 130,000 new residents, and that's like estimate maybe a little bit more, a 6% jump. So I'm pretty sure that the growth of this city, while it's growing fast, is probably due to transplant rather than birth, of course. But while the city is evolving, and I can see that it's evolving, I can see a lot of things, construction is going on. I still get a sense and a vibe of the southern charm and hospitality, and I think that's what makes Nashville stand out compared to bigger cities where growth can feel overwhelming. I still feel that that southern hospitality is still currently with Nashville. So, is this a good city for Black professionals? I do believe Nashville can be a good city for Black professionals. One, the cost of living is cheaper than a lot of other major cities, even though a TSU alum that I have talked to did inform me that the cost of living in Nashville is increasing, but what city cost of living is not increasing, especially during this time with inflation, right? Also, I am aware personally that there are some companies that are in surrounding cities, such as Tractor Supply and CKE restaurants. So there are some job opportunities there, and I think what stands out for me is I believe the job market is strong with opportunities in different aspects such as healthcare, tech, and education. And of course, we know the music industry. Country music is heavy in Nashville. If you don't believe me, you walk around Broadway Street and you'll get it right. But there are also a growing number of Black-owned businesses and organizations that create space for networking and support. So personally, how I feel, I personally, for me myself, I could see myself thriving in Nashville and not just visiting for events, but it's the possibility, and being able to connect with some level of community, but also having that access to a vibrant city life, which is not easy to find in a city where or a major town that actually has both. So for me, this was a trip away from work because, as I've stated in my pilot introduction, I don't know in regards to this job opportunity if I'm accepted or not. However, this was a much needed trip, and I felt like I did enough and not enough at the same time. But again, I got a chance to witness a great game, hang out with Tennessee State and NCA&T alums. I got to see Nashville for what it truly is and what the city is doing. This city is growing with opportunities to consider. So, all in all, I think more Black professionals should take a look into Nashville a lot more. I believe it's a city on the rise and worth paying attention to. So, that is my time. And that ends the segment for reviewing all environments, Nashville, Tennessee edition. Again, until next time, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the next episode. Take care.